Wicked Witch of the West. From book to film, becoming most kids' first nightmare fuel. However, over the years there have been different interpretations, from the hit musical Wicked to Disney's take in Oz the Great and Powerful. And since Once Upon a Time is about seeing fairy tale characters from a different perspective, it's not surprising that the writers looked into the world of Oz and the Wicked Witch. The most important plot point is that the witch named Zelena is not from Oz. She was originally from the Enchanted Forest and was the daughter of Cora. That's right, Regina, the evil queen, had a half-sister. Cora had a baby with another man, but he leaves her and she feels she won't be able to raise the child herself. She puts the baby in a bassinet and leaves it to be swept away by a cyclone that takes it to the land of Oz and is adopted by a woodcutter and his wife. Since Cora has magical abilities, it's no surprise that Zelena has inherited these skills, which scares her surrogate father. And this doesn't help her childhood since her mother dies. However, her real mother, Cora, finds Zelena in Oz and witnesses her using magic. She is caught by her father, and just as she is about to be beaten, Cora freezes him. Zelena, of course, is very confused as this woman asks her to use her magic to help heal her daughter Regina. Wanting to use her magic for good, Zelena agrees and successfully cures Regina. The two young girls become best friends, and one day, while playing, they come across a box that Cora used to keep her magic wand inside, but it's magically locked. Zelena, however, manages to unlock it. This is because of what's known as blood magic, where a blood relative can access locks used by magic. This makes the girls realise that they must be related. Cora, having no choice but to tell the truth that they are indeed half-sisters, but she scolds Regina as she believes she should rely only on herself and not others. With her priorities all on Regina, she tries to separate the two girls, so she makes them drink a potion that will make them forget about each other, and sends Zelena back to Oz. Even in Oz, the children believe she is a monster for possessing magic, until she comes across a boy as she's walking down the yellow brick road. She uses her magic to help baby birds go back to a tree, where the boy befriends her, stating that at least she uses her magic for good, and introduces himself as Stanton. Now grown up, Zelena tries to use her magic for good, but her father is still angry and terrified of her. Under her forgetful spell, Zelena believes the only way to find out about her real family is to visit the Wizard of Oz. He tells her that Cora gave her up because she hoped to become royal. He also shows her half-sister Regina, who is learning magic with her teacher, Rumpelstiltskin. The wizard also gives her silver slippers that she can use to travel to the Enchanted Forest and the castle. She manages to win acceptance from Rumpelstiltskin, and he tells her he is trying to create a dark curse to take him to a land without magic. As well as teaching magic, Rumpelstiltskin also tries to channel Zelena's anger and jealousy towards her sister. During this time, Zelena gains a slight affection towards her tutor. However, one day, Rumpelstiltskin tells her he is leaving to teach Regina instead. Filled with utter anger and jealousy, Zelena's skin slowly turns green. He tells her that to conjure a dark curse, you must kill the thing you love most, and in Zelena's case, it's Rumpel, and he is not sacrificing himself for it, that's for sure. Zelena returns to the Wizard of Oz and wishes him to turn back time to change her past, but he says it's impossible. This is the part where Zelena discovers that the wizard is a fraud, and in anger transforms him into a flying monkey, and she resides in this palace in the Emerald City. Sometime later, she comes across another witch called Glinda, the Witch of the South, and invites Zelena to join the Sisterhood of Witches. Along with the witches of the East and the North, they appoint Zelena as the Witch of the West, and thus looks over the western part of Oz and is given a pendant to harness her powers. One day, she and Glinda come across a fallen house that was swept by a cyclone and finds a girl inside named, you guessed it, Dorothy Gale. Dorothy befriends the witches very easily. That makes Zelena worry that this girl might replace her. She tries to attack her with fire, but Dorothy throws a bucket of water that makes Zelena melt away. However, it was all an act. So Zelena, making Dorothy believe she is dead, disguises herself as the wizard. Dorothy tells, supposedly him, that she doesn't want to be part of the sisterhood and just wants to return home to Kansas, and so is given the silver slippers that does just that. Zelena reveals to Glinda that she's still alive and plans to turn back time to change her past and banishes Glinda to the Enchanted Forest. In order to create a time-travelling spell, she would need to obtain a symbol of wisdom, a brain, a symbol of courage, a sword, a symbol of love, a heart, and a symbol of innocence. They must all be laid out in an outline of a compass, with each ingredient facing the right direction, with the caster in the centre. So wisdom is north, courage is east, love is south, and innocent is west. In trying to find these ingredients, Zelena ends up having to fight off a grown-up Dorothy, but manages to take over the Emerald City. One day, even though Zelena is reluctant to see anyone, is visited by her childhood friend Stanham. He asks her for help as he is cursed to slowly turn to tin. He believes there is a crimson heart that can cure him. On the way there, they are attacked by a lion, but with Zelena's magic he runs away, which could have possibly made him cowardly. They find the heart, but as Zelena picks it up, it starts draining her magic. She believes that Stanham knew about this and that he must be helping Dorothy. Stanham swears he has never even met Dorothy, but he did know that the heart would drain her magic because he believes she would find happiness without it. Zelena, however, thinks that her magic is all she has and refuses to help, and watches Stanham become a tin man and inanimate. Stanham was her last chance for a companion in Oz, but she is left alone, angry and jealous. Being in Oz, Zelena would not be affected when the dark curse takes over, but she might be able to find her sister Regina. Would this time spell solve anything, or will Zelena be able to find actual happiness and acceptance for her being herself, and not just for her magic?